Good morning, sunshine.
Shit, molded.
I just got molded.
You got molded.
Molded. Let me see molded face. Molded.
How does it feel to get molded, bitch?
Molded.
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Guys, you're stupid.
When you get molded, you'll say anything to change the subject.
Molded.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 21 of Hella Molded. Today, I got a very special guest. He is the 125-pound Tachi Palace champion. He is the Ultimate Fighter season number 24 contestant. Adam Antolin. Give it up for Adam Antolin.
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
Good to be here.
Man, so we got this whole new recording process set up. We got the 3 cameras set up. So if you're just listening to this on the podcast app or on iTunes or whatever, if you want to see us, you got us HD. It's lit. We can switch from my camera, David's camera, Adam, and we show you what's on the screen over here. So
Tap in.
This is crazy. Anyways, yeah, man. So we've had a lot of people on the show, a lot of famous people, a lot of really big names. We had Pilo on the show. We had Callie on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We had Pat Cruz on the show.
David Camarena.
Yep. But I was particularly excited for this episode because, as people of the fans of the show know, I'm a really big MMA fan, and so I hit you up right after I saw your first fight on the Ultimate Fighter, and I got it pulled up right here.
Oh, damn.
So this is the highlights of it.
Yeah, this is like the fight replay that they do for him.
Damasio came out blasting and landed a combo that just rocked at him.
That one sent me, huh?
Damasio, stronger, harder punching,
Damn.
faster guy.
Hey, did that one really rock you?
No, I mean, part of that one was like I was kind of off balance going that way already. Kind of like spun me around a little more than hurt me. That one hurt me.
It's gonna do damage. It's gonna hurt.
See, that's what I thought, because it looked to me like, remember when Rumble Johnson hit DC? Like, he was kind of going with it.
Yeah, he was kind of going with it already, kind of. But I mean, that one, it seemed like it got him too. You know, I wouldn't say.
Ooh, those body
it
kicks.
Not hurt, but.
So when you're training for this fight in particular, you normally fight orthodox, right?
Yeah. Normally I'm orthodox, but I've been slowly building my southpaw up over the last year and a half, working with different guys, different coaches, different trainers, and just experimenting, on my own. So
how'd you know that you had that left kick?
I mean, I've always had that left kick. I'm left-footed.
Oh, okay.
And the liver's on that right side of the body, and so I've dropped numerous sparring partners in the gym with that kick, and it's kind of one of my go-tos for sure. And we're just super fortunate to have Coach K there, Coach Kirian out of Combat Sports Academy, because in working and hitting pads with him, he saw that I had this style, and he allowed me to be me and kind of develop the perfect game plan for this fight. So a lot of credit goes to him for just kind of seeing that in my style, and then this is gonna work, and he gave me some more details in that short amount of time that we were there, that helped me and made me feel confident in how I'm moving, where I should be moving and stuff. It's still coming along. I still have a long ways to go in learning the southpaw game, but I'm on my way, and so it's just another aspect of fighting, and super. It's one of those things that keeps me excited to go to the gym every day. Like, I got so much more to learn, and once I figure this thing out, I'm gonna have so many more options and tools in my arsenal. So yeah.
That's tight. I like how when you went to Southpaw, it was like for a specific purpose. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of fighters switching stances nowadays, and sometimes it looks like they're switching for no reason and no purpose. But
that's part of the game that I'm trying to figure out too. When to switch, things to look for, because orthodox, I know what I'm looking for, kind of, for the most part. Counters and whatnot, and how I'm moving. I'm comfortable seeing things coming from that side, and where I'm gonna go next. But Southpaw, I'm still kind of getting that feel, like where the punch is coming from, where I'm gonna move off, how I'm gonna slip, and how I'm gonna counter. And so there's the in between, right, where you're switching back and forth, and I'm trying to figure out, when to switch, when not to switch, all that stuff, and it's just stuff that takes time, over the course of training. And so a lot of the guys that you see doing that, I don't think they understand that either. And I don't know if they know they don't understand it, but I understand that I don't know. And so every day I'm just working, trying to figure that whole thing out. So
I think actually what's necessary is we did introduce you as the Ultimate Fighter contender, but why don't you give a little background about yourself, like a little bio for the people that don't really know who you are?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in San Jose, California. Stayed here. Always played sports growing up. It's all I ever wanted to be was an athlete. Just
Right.
wanted to compete. Never thought about being older than competition age. Like I don't have anything necessarily set up specifically for what I want to do after. Like this is all I ever wanted to do. So
this is plan A.
I'm just kind of like doing my thing, kind of like living the dream. I'm not like rich or have hella money stuff, but I go to the gym every day and I have fun. So what more could you ask for?
Right.
And I competed. I wrestled 2 years in high school and 2 years in junior college. And then for a couple years, I didn't do very much. I was just working, trying to figure out what's next. And I was like, damn, I miss competition. I got to figure something out. So I ended up taking like the sparring class at West Valley Junior College. And, I was just putting it on people just because I knew how to wrestle,
Yeah.
And it was like,
Nice.
I was just grinding guys out and stuff. And then the coach was like, hey, you want to do this kickboxing fight? They need somebody to fight. And I was like, yeah, whatever, let's do it. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I'd only been doing like this MMA sparring for maybe like a month, once a week. And this was a kickboxing fight. But it was like half Muay Thai rules, half Sanshou rules. So you could take the guy down, which was in my arsenal because I was a wrestler.
Right.
And we went to the weigh-ins that day, and they were like, you want headgear? No headgear? And I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't need no headgear, I'm tough, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, all right, cool, no headgear. So we weigh in stuff. Fight day comes, and I'm sitting there. I'm watching these guys go at it in the ring, and I'm like, damn, like, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, what did I get myself into? And so I'm sitting there getting ready, and his cornermen come over, and they're like, hey, we have a favor to ask. He's got like this ritual or this superstition, whatever. He wants to come out of the red corner. And I was like, yes. I was like, okay, he can come out of the corner, but we're gonna wear headgear if you want to do that. It was like, all right, fine. So we wear headgear, and it saved my life. Like, I took him down. I got super tired, and then in the last round, he kicked me. I didn't know how to block a kick. Like, I just got kicked like hundreds, like felt like hundreds of times, but it was probably like 10 times. Boom, kind of knocked me out. I fell into the ropes, came back, and I realized what was going on. And the ref was like, 5, 6. I'm standing like, holy shit, I just got blasted. And so then, like, that was kind of right near the end of the round. We went out for like a couple more seconds, but the headgear, I would have been KO'd if we didn't have the headgear on. So I got lucky there. Ended up winning the fight, and I was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna do this, like, I gotta go somewhere where I can, like, I gotta train. I gotta. I'm not just gonna, go show up on fight day thinking I'm gonna fight and win. So I went to Kung Lee's MMA. That's where I started out of. And
that was in San
was
Jose?
in
San Francisco, right?
No, that was in Milpitas.
Milpitas, okay.
Yeah.
East Bay.
I thought he had one in San Francisco. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not too sure.
I just know he's in the Bay, though.
Yeah. So I started there. I was there for a few years, and I did okay. I started off hot. I was 3-0, and then I took a couple losses. Ended up at 4-3. Kung always had a good relationship with the AKA, so we were allowed to cross train with those guys. And that's how I kind of got my foot in the door to AKA. And then sometime down the road, Kung Lee's kind of dissolved into what is now Smash Gyms, and they have a few gyms in the Bay Area. But then I transitioned full time to AKA. Ran off, 7 straight wins. My game upped. I also work with my teammate for a long time was Anthony Figueroa, Ant Dog. They call him his nickname. He has a gym in Gilroy, so he's one of the guys that I came up with. And once he kind of stopped being a competitor, he kind of became like a coach for me. And so I work with him. Went out to the show. The show happened, and now I met Kieran out there. Excuse me, from CSA in Dublin, and now I've added them to my training regiment, and so I got a great group of people all around the Bay. Like
solid team.
Yeah,
solid team.
Yeah, it's good.
That's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of martial arts in the Bay.
Yeah,
I know. What's his name? Scott Coker. He started in martial arts from the Bay Area. We got Kung Lee. We got. I just feel like there's a lot of martial arts influence that come out of here.
It's I don't know if you wouldn't think about it maybe, but this is like really one of the jump off points for martial arts and for fighting in general. It's always been here, like the Shamrocks and Kung and Strikeforce. Coker started Strikeforce right when it was just kickboxing, and then
and
turned into
Strikeforce
MMA.
really blew everything up. I think.
Strikeforce.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Strikeforce or go to Strikeforce? Man, I wish I was in the MMA back then, because watching it back looks crazy. Like the fights were all good. You see how many champions? Tyrone Woodley's from Strikeforce.
Really? Actually, I think
DC was in Strikeforce.
Yeah.
Luke Rockhold. Bunch of your teammates were in Strikeforce.
They got a bunch.
Yeah.
It was a legit promotion with legit talent, and UFC bought it, swooped it up, so everybody's kind of went over there. And then we were all happy to see, it was like, all right, how the Strikeforce guy is going to do in the UFC, because it was always kind of like, okay, UFC 1A, Strikeforce 1B, right? And then the Strikeforce guys held their own. They were beating UFC guys and taking championships home and stuff. So
helped legitimize.
Kind of legitimized it, solidified it as one of like a top tier promotion.
Nice.
Yeah, that's crazy. And another crazy thing is, all right, you train at AKA. You got killers in there. You got fucking Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Cain Velasquez still trained there?
Cain
Velasquez. You got Luke Rockhold. And then you got your boy over here who actually interviewed you. You got my man
DC.
My man DC. I saw this making its rounds, but this is crazy. I met this man over here is an Olympic athlete. He's a current 205-pound champion, and he knows how to have fun, man. Yeah, I'm proud of DC. Like
he's a good dude to have in the gym. He knows when to push. He knows when to lighten up the mood a little bit. He's always cracking jokes, always screwing around with somebody. It's just he's a good dude to have, and obviously he knows what he's talking about. He's the wrestling coach, so it's awesome being around him and being in there. So
is it a private gym, or do you guys allow people to come in and like join the gym, join training sessions?
There's like a tryout phase where if you wanted to be a part of the team, you would, come in and talk to the coach, and then you would kind of get like your tryout work. It may be over the course of a week, or it may be a day, depending on, some guys come from out of town.
Just feel it out, see if you really know your shit.
It's a sparring session. So are you going to be, a good partner for the team, or maybe you have no idea what the hell you're doing. Maybe you need some more time to, cultivate your skills somewhere else, or be part of the amateur team. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you try hard at least. It's not specific, I don't think, as far as like there's no, okay, do this to get on, but you would come in and
you gotta
show
at least
what
know
you
some
got.
shit. Yeah, true. Word.
That's crazy. So for people coming up in MMA, what would you suggest, since they can't hop in right away? Like, what would you suggest for me? This is really what I'm asking for. To start in MMA.
I would say find a gym that maybe is in your area, where you're gonna be able to get to that gym every day. Okay, maybe you can't commute to CSA, or you can't commute to AKA, or you can't commute to Gilroy, where these top gyms are. you're not gonna have the motivation to go out there every day if you don't know. You're starting out like. It's just not realistic. Find a gym that's in your area,
accessible,
and work and see what you can get it out of that first. And then once you kind of get somewhere where you have an understanding of something basic, either it's jiu-jitsu or it's Muay Thai or wrestling or whatever, and then you can start to kind of find your way through some of the other gyms that maybe this gym is lacking something, and you can go over here and get that from there, or you can go over here and get that something else from there. But don't drive across town and think you're gonna go to this gym every day. It's just not. I just don't think it's realistic.
That's true.
Like where I'm at, yeah, I know what I need and I know what I need to get, and so if I need something specific, I can go across town like all the time because I know I know what I need, But if you don't know what you need, at least be able to access a gym where you can train every day,
True, you don't want to like fully commit, and you're like, oh shit, I don't even like Muay Thai, or like something like that. You want to you want to know.
It's training session. You're kind of tired. Oh, I gotta drive all the way out there, so I'm not even gonna go. As opposed to having a gym that's closer. All right, well, I can make the 5-10 minute commute, and I'll get there, and then I'll at least get some work in, figure something out. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, so do you cut hair also? Because I know you cut Damasio Page's hair.
I cut probably about 10 dudes' hair in the house over the course of when I was there. Some of them like Eric Shelton, I had to cut his hair like almost every week.
So how did that come about though? Like, were you just like cutting your own hair? Or
I was cutting my own hair, and I knew it would be the situation where I was probably going to end up cutting other people's hair, just because I cut my own hair. So I didn't bring anything to cut anybody else's hair. Like I wasn't worried about that beforehand. I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this stuff in case I have to cut guys' hair. I just brought stuff that I knew I would need for me. And then they told us, I don't know when it was they told us, they said, we're only going to bring in a barber halfway through the show. So 3 weeks in.
Why only halfway through the show?
I don't know. But that's
3 weeks.
that
Your
was
hair goes
thing.
back.
It's a fucking TV show.
That was the thing, right? So
get him looking good, man.
So I cut my hair like almost. I did like a full cut, like maybe twice a week, once, twice a week.
Oh shit.
And then I'll just like do the sides real quick. It take me like five minutes. I'll do the sides, so it looks like brand new almost every day. And to think that, and some of these guys are like that too. Not like they'll cut their hair, they'll get their hair cut at once a week or something like that.
And they don't want to look grimy on TV.
Right, exactly. And especially now you're gonna be on TV and you're not gonna get your hair cut. Like this is the worst place that I don't want to get my hair cut. So once they were like, they were all freaking. I knew they were all freaking out. Like, damn, what am I gonna do? I can't get my hair cut.
Yeah.
And so once they kind of like saw that I had like a clean fade, like, oh, how'd you do that? And I was like, oh, I just did it myself. And like, well, you can cut hair? I was like, yeah. So Eric Shelton was first. He went first, and he didn't know whether I was gonna like
be good,
fuck him up or whatever. Like, was like, and I'm not a barber. Like, I don't know all the tricks that they know. Like, I'm not like super fast or anything like that, but I know enough. And I cut him, and he was cool, and he was like, yeah, this is gonna work out. So then all the guys saw it, and it was like, all right, well, if you got time, could you hook me up? And I was like, yeah. And then
did you charge him? Were you like, hey man, throw this fight for me, man?
No,
what's up?
Tim Elliott said he was gonna take me to dinner and get me steak and stuff, but
it didn't happen.
I mean, once we got out of the house, everything got crazy. I know.
Tim.
Come on, Tim.
He's got that money
What's
now,
up,
so he
dog?
can take me.
You just went 5 rounds with Demetrius Johnson.
He said he wasn't able to cash his check or something like that. I don't know what happened.
You just went 5 rounds.
Direct deposit doesn't go through till Friday, and then I gotta transfer it over.
So Tim Elliott, you owe me a steak dinner, and I'm gonna hold you to it. So yeah. And then the Damasio thing came up. Like, I came home back from training one day, and I know I was waiting for Damasio to ask, but like, he's not gonna ask his opponent, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's
I wouldn't
super
ask
awkward.
my opponent.
Can you cut me
but,
up?
But
Hey, what's up, bro? I know we're gonna fight
Yeah.
and shit, but
Yeah.
you mind if I get a haircut before we throw hands?
So Tim actually asked for Damasio like in a roundabout way. He was like,
Oh, he was a
yeah, he
middleman.
was sitting there. Right? I mean, they were like sitting in the kitchen, and Tim was like, hey, like Damasio sees you cutting people up. I was wondering if you can get a haircut before the fight. And I was like, I kind of laughed because I was waiting for it, right? And I was like, don't worry, Damasio, I'll take care of you. He was like, all right, cool. So, yeah, like, I think it was weigh-in day or something like that. I was like, all right, well, let's do it. And it was, was what it was. You guys saw we were just chilling.
Like, zoop on the mohawk.
we wouldn't have made it out of the bathroom if I had done that. That fight wouldn't have got out of the bathroom. So,
Was there any like house fights that were getting close? I seen like a couple on TV, but I want to know from the perspective of someone actually being in the house.
No. What you saw was pretty much all there really was.
Honestly, from my perspective, it looked like by the end of the show, you guys were a real kind of team, and you guys were really rooting for each other.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, because we all felt like we're a team flyweight. Like, people don't generally pay attention to the flyweight division as it is, and so we all kind of had it in our minds. And I don't know if it was something that we talked about specifically. Maybe it was like just in general and just everybody hanging out, but we all wanted to make sure that we like put on a show and show everybody like that we could fight, and they're not boring fights. We could finish
Whole first round, eight finishes.
Crazy. 8 fights, 8 finishes. It was an unbelievable first round. I think all the producers were like, man, this is one of the best.
Yeah, that was the
round
best
we've
season I ever
had.
saw for sure.
So
even over the Conor McGregor season, over the last season, this was the best season.
Fight wise, I would say yeah. Right, like just technical ability and guys getting after it for sure. But yeah, we are all kind of like, win or lose, we have to put this 25-pound division back on the map. So it was important for all of us to get after it, So,
and then not only that, but all right, so the season wraps up, and now we're at the TUF Finale. We got crazy fights from the TUF Finale too.
Yeah.
First off, I want to talk to you about the Henry Cejudo versus Jiu-Jitsu fight.
Yeah.
And I see from your Instagram, you pulled up.
Yeah.
Great fight, but Henry Cejudo won that fight. So looks from this Instagram picture, looks like your cage side. I know you're cornering.
We were right
Danger.
there. Yeah, I was cornering Danger I wasn't actually there. You could have 4 people in the room and then 3 people corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I was. We kind of worked out like we had this whole like we were gonna go out there and we actually gonna like room up together and stuff. And so like a few days before we were like we had the room and everything, and I was like, hey, you're gonna get tickets, like I'll get the room, you get the tickets. And he's like, actually I just got word that I might be fighting. And I was like, oh shit, like hell yeah, like good shit, like let me know, and then he hit me back the next day, yeah, it's on. And I was like, oh cool, like well, if you could swing me a ticket, it's cool. If not, I'll figure it out. I don't need you worrying about like me. Like you need to worry about the fight, right? Let's get UFC debut. Like, and he was cool enough to be like, hey, like I'll get you in the corner. I got an extra spot, and I was like, cool, that works. So it was good to be there and like have a purpose now. I was there. I was helping him out. Helped him warm up. Gave him my perspectives on what to look for. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way, but man, he was doing good for the time that he was in there. And you think about the fact that he gave up a lot of weight
real quick.
Right. I think day of the fight, he was walking around like 44 or like low 40s, and his opponent was like low 60s. Oh. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
And on short notice too. So
what weight class was this at?
35s.
35. Okay.
So I think he'll definitely, once he gets his shot at 25s, he's gonna shine. But yeah, so I was in the back for the most of the fights, and then we went out to cage side for this fight and the final one. But I know that I'm biased, obviously because I'm Team Cejudo. and I've watched the fight again, but and the striking was close. It was close, but Cejudo I feel like was pressing more of the action.
I think he for sure landed harder shots.
He dropped them in the first round, and then so if anything, a draw, but to have it go 30-26 for one of the judges,
that was insane.
Benavidez,
what is that?
It's tough. He just gave every round to Joe.
And then the point. 1 point from the low kick.
I just don't see both the second and third were close, but like I said, he controlled kind of the center of the octagon. He was pushing. He initiated takedowns. He didn't control the takedowns because Joe's like really good at scrambling. But I mean that alone, just getting him to the mat and that it's got to count for something. And Joe didn't try to wrestle at all. So it's tough. I think that they need to run this one back one more time and do it again. But
yeah, I think they do too. I think before they do DJ versus Joe 3, I think I would want to see this first.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I could see it either way.
What'd you think? Yeah, I mean it was close. I'm not gonna say that. Joe shouldn't have gotten the call because I could see it going. Those rounds were close.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Henry Cejudo won the fight.
I think the harder shots landed definitely went to Henry.
Right.
Especially those hits to the body. Those were tough. I was really surprised at how much he was willing to stand and just keep it a stand-up fight because, I mean, he's an Olympic fucking wrestler, Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
Yeah.
And this fool is standing with him like he started off in kickboxing.
Right.
Shit was crazy. I was really impressed.
He's got great stand-up. Everybody was like, oh, Joe's gonna blow him out of water. Joe's gonna blow him out of water. And I was thinking, like, how? Maybe because they don't know, they're not in the gym with him every day. But there's no way Joe's running through Henry Cejudo. He's fucking good. If anything, he can just rely on his wrestling. So I knew going in that Cejudo had a great shot at winning, and I thought he was gonna win. And we saw how close the fight was.
So besides that, there's a lot of tension between both of them during the whole season. Was that real? Was any of that for the cameras? I know that friggin' Henry Cejudo, I felt bad for him watching the show because he was getting like clowned.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's just trying to roast on him.
Yeah,
he's like
roasted
the nice guy
the whole
or
time.
like that.
Like
that's the thing that these guys are. They're both cool dudes. But they're just so different in their personalities and the way they do things. The tension was mostly early on in the season, maybe the first week. I think that interaction, that a few of the interactions that you saw on TV were of the first couple days when we're there, standing in the hallway. I think that was like one of the first times we were in the hallway. And you stand in the hallway for like 3 or 4 minutes before anything happens. And you kind of know that, okay, the cameras are going to wait and see if they pick anything up, if anything like jumps off.
They're trying to build that tension.
Yeah. So we're all chilling, just kind of like, it's kind of awkward and stuff. And all it takes is like a little bit of something from somebody and something for somebody else. And it kind of builds up. And at that point, I don't know Henry Cejudo very well yet. And so it's not my place to jump in like that. It's his beef with Joe. And so we're all kind of standing there like, all right, well, like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's kind of awkward. And they start going, and, one thing leads to another. And then even when the beef is done, even when it stops, the camera's just, all right, like, you don't go yet. You just stay there for another 3 or 4 minutes just in case something else happens. And so it's just awkward back there. So sometimes just the silence makes them kind of start saying stuff.
Yeah.
Just so it's not just silence anymore.
Right. They feel pressure to say something.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it is. Like you feel pressured a little bit to give to the TV a little bit. So
those TV producers know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, let's just wait real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and then there was the house party, and and like Joe was, you know, talking crap and stuff. But Cejudo didn't do anything that was disrespectful or he had a few drinks and dudes do. You have fun, you like wrestle around or whatever. I don't know. That's what they
he
showed.
was wrestling around the pool, right?
And Joe doesn't drink, so it's not fair. It's like he's not gonna. He can't put himself in a position like to talk shit for something that he messed up on. So I don't know. It's whatever.
It was a fun season, though. I really, really liked this season. And that's why I hit you up straight from the beginning. Because when I saw the first couple fights and I saw yours, I was like, this guy trains at AKA. Let's try to get him on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So thank you for coming out
Hell
again.
yeah.
Shout out.
And what else we got here? So I wanted to know, too, we were talking about starting off young. Starting off where to start in MMA. Have you seen this girl before? This girl is she did like a video where she was boxing, right?
I think I know.
And she was like punching logs.
Yeah. I saw that one. But I see some other ones where she hits pads. I don't know, with the little sister or something like that. Or
she looks older now though.
She looked like a young Joanna Jędrzejczyk or something. This is insane. Is she Russian?
Oh damn! Was she supposed to hit that, or she just?
No.
Oh my!
Damn. Hey.
Oh, her hand's hurting now.
Look at that already. Yeah.
It's red.
Damn.
Oh. And then she just picks up the glove.
She just picks
She's
up
all putting
hella calm and shit. She's like, oh, my bad, Dad. Oh, fuck.
Do you have any kids or
That's
any
funny.
nephews or nieces or something that
No.
would you get them into training MMA? Because
That's tough. It's a tough sport. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd have to have my own kids and see how it goes. I'm kind of like a lot of people. I'll let them play. I think I'd have to be realistic with it. If my kid's gonna be like me, he's gonna be short, right? I think I would have to put them in something where there's weight classes or something like that, right? I think you have to, if you taking it serious and you want to bring your kid up in a way that you want them to play sports as a professional or whatever, you have to take into account that kind of stuff. Because there's no way I could have been a football player or a baseball player or anything like that. It's just size is just it's too much of a determining factor, and that's why I kind of got into wrestling and MMA, because it's like I thought I was gonna play football or baseball, like I was pretty good, but I just couldn't compete at the next level with these guys that were massive.
Right.
So I don't know. It's tough. I don't think I have an answer for you today about how if I would get them into MMA. But if you came to me and you were like, hey, I want to get my son or my kid into MMA, what should I do? You know, I could give you direction. And you know what? I don't know. I've never been comfortable like training people as a coach or anything like that. Maybe if I had more invested into a kid or something, then I would do it more. But I don't know. It's just I've always been what about me. I guess what can I? If I'm teaching somebody else, I guess I'm not learning maybe as much about myself.
I think you kind of have to do that too to be, I guess, a pro athlete, especially in martial arts where it's a one-on-one thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like the best fighters are all a little bit selfish because you got to be 100%.
I'm definitely selfish.
Invested into yourself.
Definitely selfish.
You got to be a little bit invested into what you're doing. But I wanted to know, like, shit, are we gonna see you in the UFC soon? What's up?
Well,
I want to see you get a fight, man.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for a fight here. They've what? So there's been Tim Elliott, obviously. Danger.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that fight. We should talk about that
yeah,
fight too.
we'll get that one. Tim Elliott, Danger, Brandon Moreno, and then
Dude, he's killing it right now.
yeah, he's doing good. He's like, I think they have him ranked like in the top 10 now.
He was the number 16 out of 16 seed.
Yeah.
He almost beat the number 1 seed. He was bringing it to him. And then he wins 2 fights in the UFC already.
Yeah,
That kid is
dude got a shot and he made it.
Murdered
lots
it.
of heart.
Yeah,
Lots of heart.
Yeah, he's good too. He's a good dude too. So I'm happy for him.
He did good on the mic too. He was speaking in Spanish.
Yeah.
Getting the crowd all riled up.
Yeah.
He's
Solid.
good. I'm excited for that kid.
Good persona.
And then so Eric Shelton and Pantoja are actually fighting each other
really?
in the UFC in January in Denver. I'm not sure what the date on that
altitude
card.
shit.
Yeah, so I know they're both going out there to train.
Okay, that's
Which is
good.
smart.
You don't want to be sea level Kane.
Hell no. Hell no.
Nah, shout out to Kane, man. Don't beat me up.
He said, "What'd you say?"
But so that's 5 guys, and I feel like I shouldn't be too far behind those guys. I want to get another shot. I want to erase the memory of that damn Hiro Masa fight.
Yo, like I said, like I told you, I wanted to see round 3.
Yeah, like
It needed a round 3.
it just, oh god, like I get every day I catch myself like
Thinking about it.
balled up angry, like, and I'm just like, I'm just sitting there like I could be thinking about something and then something pops into my head and
You see something
all of a
Japanese,
sudden,
you're like,
It's like a
yeah,
chain of
like
reactions.
2 or 3 minutes later, I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't believe I lost that fight, you know? So I want, down the road, I'm going to be looking for him somewhere. I'll go find him, chase him, but I want 3 rounds and I want a regular camp.
Ooh.
I want my corner that I would normally have, and I'm finishing that guy. So
That's a call out, Hero.
That's a call out.
I'm a finisher, man. I gotta finish. If I win a fight and I don't finish, it's kind of like all right, but I don't know. I didn't finish, so.
I mean, you're getting those kicks to the body again later in round 2.
I didn't. There's like 100 variables and I can't put my finger on exactly which one, or I'm sure it's a bunch of them all mixed up, but I can't figure out why I lost that fight. There's carryover from the Damasio fight. Maybe I was too. I think I was too fixated on standing up, whereas normally I'm at my best when I'm wrestling and I'm making him guess. I didn't make him guess at all, really. I kind of just tried to bang. I tried to beat him on my feet.
You also had your back was kind of
My back was a little
right?
messed up. Yeah, it was like it tightened up. I couldn't really shake it. I couldn't train for a couple days after the Damasio fight, and then the positions that I wanted to train for the Hero fight, it was hard because my back was still tight. I couldn't really like do very much with it. So that was another thing.
So you just weren't at 100%, you think?
Yeah, there could have been a better Adam going into that fight. Like, take nothing away from Hiramasa, he beat me. Take all the variables, he has his own variables, going into that fight, and he handled them better than I did, and he went out and he beat me. But give me 3 rounds, give me all the normal stuff that we did to get to the house, like the stuff that we do, how we fight, to that got us that opportunity. Let me do that again, and I'll beat him. And I feel like that about. I should have won. I should have fucking won this damn show. Like, I could have beat everybody.
I was gunning for you, man. I was like, God damn,
man.
I was like, when for people who don't know, I hit Adam up right after his episode showed up. I was like, I gotta get this guy on the show.
We actually talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah. I talked about it on the
4 episodes
podcast.
ago.
I was like, yo, this guy, man, like I could see him winning the whole thing. And that was a tough fight. I really wanted a 3rd round for that. So who is Joe Silva the matchmaker? Who's the matchmaker for the UFC?
Now I believe Mick Maynard is the lightweight matchmaker. Sean Shelby kind of bumped up to the higher weights. So tell
make
Mick,
that fight happen.
Tell him.
Make that fucking fight happen. We need 3 rounds.
3.
Adam Hiromasa, let's get it.
Tell him, give me a fight in the UFC. Let me perform how I performed against Damasio, because I mean, that was a good show, right? Like that was a good, and
a lot of people say it was like the best fight on this whole season.
Yeah, it was good. I wasn't happy with the way it ended either, because there's going to be doubt in people's minds. Would I have still won that fight? He was getting up. I thought we deserved to. Everything that we did to get there, I think we deserve to kind of go out on our shield.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
I could see that.
There's a lot on the line.
Especially it's only 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what we're getting ourselves into. I know the ref job is to protect the fighters, but man, that was a tough situation, because obviously I want to move on, but also I don't want any doubt in people's minds, so whatever. But
just gotta let your actions speak for itself.
Let's make that fight happen. So also, fucking Tim Elliott, he almost became the fucking champion. How crazy was that? Well, I scored it 4-1, I think. I gotta rewatch it, but I think initially watching it, I scored it 4-1.
He got the first round, then Demetrius got
he did his adjustments, but throughout the whole entire fight, he was bringing it to DJ.
Right.
What did you think about that fight? You saw it cage side,
man,
right?
I was right there. Yeah. He had that. It was tight. You saw DJ was like,
and he has a big head.
He was scrambling.
He has a big head. I was like, how is he gonna get that thing out of here? But he was like, thumbs up. He's like, you better not stop this fight. You remember when DJ got kicked in the balls and he was like, nope, get out the way. He's
I remember that.
Little gangster. He did the same thing. He was like, thumbs up, don't stop this fight.
Yeah, it was close. I thought he was gonna do it right there. He was scrambling. Then he had a Darce for a little bit, and that's when I really thought, all right, there's a variation of the Darce that I like to hit. Like the finishing aspect of it. I think if he would have done that instead of just try to use his pressure, I think he could have finished him. Because when I get up there, it's a finish every time. And then. It's hard because he was enjoying himself. He was doing Tim. Tim earned that opportunity, so it's up to him to do whatever he wants with the fight. I felt like he could have pushed a little bit harder. Maybe not jumped guillotine every single time. Maybe make DJ work a little bit more. But I mean, DJ's the best. So first round went, and then he made his adjustments, and then. You guys saw what happened, so
yeah. I mean, going into that fight, Tim Elliott, he was saying that I want to make this a dirty dog fight. Like I want to take the mixed martial arts element out of it and just make it a schoolyard brawl. Cool. So, and he kind of did that. Like I mean, of course, there's martial arts in it, but he was doing open palm slaps to DJ's head.
Yeah.
He was just making it like. Weird. Yeah. That's the best I could describe it. Awkward MMA.
That's what he does, right? That's his thing.
It was working. I could see that fight playing out a different way if they fought again.
He's charging forward and dropping his hands and turning to the side and doing all that stuff. And, sometimes that stuff works. Just, fighting is not always, if it works, it works. There's not necessarily a right or wrong. A lot of people do a lot of things wrong, and they still win the fight. So there's a fine line between, you have to do this a certain way, or you have to punch a certain way, kick a certain way. Man, if it works, it works. So and what Tim does works. So yeah.
For him.
Yeah, for him, for sure.
Yeah, I for sure 100% believe that. I remember I had in San Mateo College for my audio class. He was saying if it sounds good, it sounds good, and I always took that with me. Like it doesn't matter how you got to make it sound good.
Exactly.
It sounds good, and that's it. If it looks good, if it feels good, whatever, it's good. And I can see that really applying to MMA.
Yeah.
Because that's the part of it. That's what makes this sport so exciting. You got the jiu-jitsu guys, you got the strikers, but then when you put it all together, it's a crazy chess match where you're like looking at all these different elements and you're thinking, what could I do to win? A good example is Ryan Hall. Was he on the TUF Finale? Did you see that fight?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah. So Ryan Hall versus Gray Maynard. Gray Maynard wasn't going for it, and a lot of people were mad that Ryan Hall was flopping and doing his game plan. But it's like You implement your game
Right.
plan. They implement theirs. It's your job to figure out how to win.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
Gray Maynard should have went for it.
I see both sides, to that argument about, okay, he was going down to his back. Well, Gray Maynard wasn't going into that. He wasn't going into Ryan Hall's strength, and Ryan Hall wasn't necessarily going into Gray Maynard's strength. They were kind of both out here battling, trying to get the other person to do what they wanted to do. So it's tough. I know a lot of people that, Ryan Hall's he's just going to his back, this and that and stuff. But it depends also on how you interpret the rules, right? I know there's rules about aggression and all that stuff, and cage control. So it's a fine line. And I don't have the answer for it. I don't know who should do what or.
So I know that like Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz, I think they were talking about the old Pride rules where you get carded,
right,
like a flag if you weren't engaging. Do you think that the UFC should implement something like that to maybe stop some of these fights from being quote unquote boring or unengaging?
Yeah, if you want them to have more action.
You personally, like, if you were to fight someone in that style, would you want that?
The card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring
Because
it.
I don't have a problem. Like, I don't have a problem getting after it.
Yeah.
It's not my issue. Like, I'm gonna get after it. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push the action. I'm gonna push the pace. I'm gonna push for the crowd. So for me, I would never feel like I'm not getting a card. But the way the rules are set now, yeah, with no card, that what he's doing is loud. It's not wrong. It's just how you interpret the rules for the game. So
yeah, that would be a fun thing to do.
I'm down for the cards. We can get going. Yeah.
What do you think about like Conor McGregor, quote unquote, running away
in the
Nate Diaz fight?
202.
I mean, it's fun to talk shit about. But again,
to me, he was resetting.
Yeah, but again, there's nothing wrong with what he was doing. He's creating space to reset.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Stay there?
Yeah.
Come on now.
No. In the aspect of fighting, I have no problem with it. You wanna run circle. It looks funny because he's turning his back and kind of running away, but.
It's the only way you can run
away.
away.
If you just kind of like went backwards, sideways, and faced him, it'd be the same thing. Right?
Yeah.
So
if you're circling, yeah. I mean, we seen what's his name? I can't think of it. Heavyweight. He just fought for the belt, but he didn't win.
Oh shit.
Shit. Why can't I think of his name? Netherlands. What the fuck? Anyways.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Black
the one
guy.
that just happened 206.
No. He just fought Stipe for the heavyweight title. Well, anyways, he did that. Alexander Gustafsson did it for against DC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like running away, but you're getting fucking tagged. You got to move out of there.
Yeah.
Like again, like you said, we're talking about if it works, it works.
Right.
That works.
Yeah. It just looks funny because when guys kind of turn their back and now you're running away.
Yeah.
Instead of backing out or getting distance or creating space. Once you turn, you're running away. So I don't know.
So from a fan perspective, it looks like you're just being a pussy.
Yeah.
But you're really just resetting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I thought Conor did it kind of swaggy though, because he put his hands on his hips.
He does a lot of he does a lot of stuff swaggy.
Yeah. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
What'd you think
it works
about
for him.
What'd you think about Eddie Alvarez, Conor McGregor?
I thought that fight was gonna go differently. I really did. Yeah. But you listen to Eddie talk. He's like, I did everything wrong. My game plan was to circle to the left and wrestle. And when he's fighting, he's circling right into that power the whole time. And I was like, why is he? Either his coach isn't telling him, or they didn't prepare to do it that way, or you're trying to set something up. I don't know, but you setting yourself up to get just cold cocked, just kind of circling the whole time, trying to come in. And Conor has that. He's got a little range on him. So, I thought I was gonna go differently because I thought he was gonna fight differently. Yeah, but he didn't fight differently. He fought just the way Conor wanted him to fight.
I remember like watching Mixed Martial Arts Hour, and Eddie Alvarez was on it. This was like months ago, and he was talking about like, yo, if I fought Conor McGregor, it's the easiest fight in the world. Like I just got to take him down. And so you would think he was going to do that, but leading up to the fight, Eddie Alvarez was talking about, hey, who knows? Maybe I might be threatening the takedown, and maybe I just might be using my hands. So I thought that's what he was going to do too, like just make it a stand-up fight and try to prove that he could stand with Conor, which is a bad fucking idea.
Yeah.
Well, like obviously, especially, I mean, not a bad idea because he did against Rafael dos Anjos and it worked. And I thought there was either two ways that fight was going down. It was either he was gonna out wrestle Conor, beat him up, either stop him on the ground or finish it within 5 rounds, get the decision, or he was gonna knock him out with something big and powerful.
When people asked me, what do you think about that fight? And I was like, well, honestly, it depends on how Eddie Alvarez wants to fight that fight. I've seen him grind fights out.
Yeah, like Anthony Pettis.
Exactly. If he chooses to kind of fight that style and grind and really try to win this fight that way, I think he can get it done, and I think he's going to do that. I think he is going to get it done. But if he tries to throw hands and stand up and kind of play Conor's game because he wants to show everybody that he can do what Conor does better than Conor does it, it's not going to go well. And that's kind of exactly what happened. So, I mean, yeah, it's part of the mental game. You know, is a big part of this thing, and he kind of failed at, I think, that aspect going into that fight. So
Conor does a great job of that, though.
Yeah,
it's a great mental game, just getting into your head. I feel like that kind of just threw off Eddie Alvarez's like game plan.
Yeah, and like Eddie was saying, I thought this was he was coming in relaxed, so I was like, okay, there's gonna be a relaxed kind of fight, and he just lulled him into his game.
You gotta do you.
Yeah,
you gotta do you.
Always. Yeah, you implement yours, they implement theirs. You gotta fucking win. That's how I see it. You ever play UFC 2?
No, I'm not very good at video games. Okay. I play like Galaga. You know, that's like an arcade game.
Yeah.
I play that one.
OG.
I play some Mario Kart.
Nice.
And that's pretty much it.
Right.
That's it.
So no fighting games.
I don't get in the game.
No Street Fighter. I mean, no like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Nah, I mean, I did in my younger days a little bit, but those are the ones that I'll do now. I don't know. I don't really
keep it
play
simple.
video games too much.
Yeah. Word.
You had a different story than I thought. I didn't really know much about your background and how you started in martial arts. Because you started, like, wrestling was your first martial art, I guess.
Yeah.
And I thought you were like one of those guys who just started from the beginning, like did like taekwondo or something.
No.
Because your stand up is so good. I didn't expect wrestling to be like your base.
I just work on it a lot. I'm always like shadow boxing, doing stupid stuff, like just nobody's looking. Like
just
last night, like the dude I told you about, Vasyl Lomachenko. I mean, I'll just watch just videotape after videotape of videotape. Right now, just like really studying, how he moves, because what he does is freaking awesome, like crazy good. So I'll watch and I'll try to pick stuff up. And so I think that knowing that I'm the type of guy that wants to have exciting fights, right? I want fans to be like, damn, like this dude goes out and puts it on the line. If I have to wrestle, yeah, I'm gonna wrestle, but I know what the fans want to see, and so I spent a lot of time trying to perfect that aspect of my game so I could give that to the fans, because that's important to me. Like to one of my worst fears is that the crowd would boo, like I don't ever want the crowd to boo me. I want them to appreciate the type of fights that I go out there to put on. So stand-up's a big part of that. Yeah.
This is a random question, but I want to know, all right, say you're 125 pounds. There's a fucking 250-pound man. Let's call him like 5'11", not crazy tall.
Okay.
But kind of tall.
5'11", 250.
And you guys get into a conversation. He doesn't know any martial arts, but you got to protect yourself and you're fighting him. What do you do?
Where are we?
We're anywhere. We're outside. we're outside. Nobody's there. It's a fight to the death. It's just you two. You're in an open field.
I can't run.
Open field.
I can't run.
It's like a baseball stadium, or like like a football field or something.
Okay, I have to fight him.
You have to.
Okay, Shoot. Well,
He's faster than you, so you got to fight him, and then you can run.
he's faster than me too.
He
Well,
could
5'11",
he's as
250.
fast running.
He must be
He's
lean.
5'11", 250, and he's faster than me.
He's as fast running, but
Oh,
I
okay.
guess you could tire him out.
Okay. I mean, it's a fight to the death
A fight to whoever could get away first.
with like MMA rules or like
Any rules.
You just gotta
Any
get
rules.
out of it.
I'm gonna try to kick him in the nuts.
Okay, good. that's what I.
Fair enough.
I know Bruce Lee, like he would always say the two best moves in a street fight are one, a hit to the groin, and two, poke the eyes. Because
Yeah.
no matter how fucking big you are, those
That's gonna
two things are gonna hurt you. You
I'm
know?
gonna kick him in the nuts for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm like 0-10 in street fights.
Oh really?
Like, well, this is before I knew how to fight.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh shit! A
That's
street
what
fight now. That's
what I was gonna get into. I'll say that's kind of like a fiction scenario. I was gonna
Uh-huh.
ask you like, what was like the craziest like scenario that you've been in? Like
I was out.
fighting wise.
I was out with my friends, and probably had too many drinks, and
Ooh.
I just there was these girls at the burrito place. They were at the burrito place. We came
It's all
in.
La Vix
I
or
think we were.
something.
Yeah, it was La Vix. It was La Vix. It was La Vix.
Knew it.
It was at La Vix, and we were talking. I don't know how we got off on talking shit, but we ended up talking shit to these girls in the corner.
Yeah.
Right. Me and my homegirl, and another one of my buddies, and we were just talking shit back and forth. And then when they leave, they throw a cup of soda, and it misses us. It hits the table, it gets other people and stuff. So I'm like, oh, almost got me, but whatever, didn't get me. So I'm sitting there, and then like 30 seconds goes by, and I start getting more angry about the fact they threw a cup. So I go out there, and I'm not proud of any of this stuff, whatever. But I was young. I go out there, have a burrito in my hand, and she was like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And I'm gonna throw it in your face. She's all, "Do it." Boom! Hit her with the burrito in her face. Got all over. She's all mad. And I don't know why he didn't take off, but we were just stupid. Stayed there for a few minutes, and then before you know it, like this car pulls up. Two big ass dudes get out of the car. And they're coming at me like it's him. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, shit.
So they're coming at me, and one dude like just swings, and I duck underneath, and he falls on the ground, and like I'm kind of, and I circle back out to like regauge because there's two guys.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
I'm
so
like,
this is before you had any martial arts
This is
experience?
pre-
I knew how to wrestle.
Okay.
I knew how to wrestle. So then I'm like, all right, one-on-one. Like, all right, cool, one-on-one. So then we start, like, guy comes, and I start doing stuff, and he, boom, and I end up somehow on the wall, and the other guy, I realized the other guy grabs me, has me pinned somehow, and the other guy just, like, teeing off, doom, and I'm just taking shot after shot after shot. And eventually I go down, I get a single leg on one of the guys, and then, like, it goes to my mind, all right, I can get this guy down, but if I get this guy down, other dude's gonna jump on me anyways. Right. So I let go, and I take off, kind of like running, and some random dude like pulls up, throws his door open because he sees I'm getting jacked up, and I get in the car, and it was
just a random guy.
Yeah, some random dude, like
shout out to
yeah, I was like
shit.
in my face, I was like just cut, like just bleeding everywhere, like these dudes got me. So that's kind of like, that was like one of the ones where it was like, all right, I can't be out here like
Just picking
playing too much fights. I got to get
Yeah.
into something that has rules and stuff, and that's kind of part of how I got like, let me do this one-on-one thing with some rules,
Yeah.
because I wasn't competing at that time, but I still had the drive to like compete physically, and I was doing it out there where it was stupid. So
Cool. You channeled your energy into something positive.
yeah.
That's what's
but
up.
but I lost that fight, and there were some ones before that, like kind of the same way. I ended up losing those fights too.
But I want to see the rematch, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens now.
Yeah.
Kick to the balls, poke in the eyes, and then fucking kick to the liver.
How tall would you say they were? Those
They
guys?
were, I don't know, maybe 5'10" to 6 feet.
Okay.
Some pretty, bigger than me.
Have you ever been knocked out like completely cold in sparring and in a amateur fight or anything?
I got I've been dropped a couple times, but not like sleeping. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Just
Yeah.
like boom, and then like.
When you see someone go to sleep, like dude, the past UFC, crazy ass knockouts. Did you watch
Last
206?
weekend's?
Yeah.
No,
206.
I saw.
Oh, so Rick Story. No, not Rick Story. Who fought Cowboy?
Cowboy versus
Matt Brown.
Matt Brown.
I did. I saw the highlight clip of that one. Yeah, but
Yeah, I wonder how that shit feels when you wake up.
A kick to the
God
face.
damn. He was out cold, and it was crazy because he was taking those before.
Yeah, it's the same
What?
kick like 4 times.
It was kind of like a bad timing. It was good timing, looked like on Cowboy's side, like on him setting it up and throwing that switch kick. But damn, Cowboy got power at 170. How crazy!
it don't take much sometimes. Like when I fought Hiromasa, when he had me mounted, and cause what's his name? Who did I fight before that?
Damasio.
Damasio hit me pretty hard, but like, I didn't concussion or anything like that. But when Hiro hit me a couple times, my head was already on the mat, and so I think my head didn't have anywhere to go to give.
Right. So the brain was just
it was
move
rattling,
inside.
and then so when I was able to reverse position and come on top at the end of the first round, right when I spun out, like I lost my equilibrium. Like I was like spinning, and I was like, it was kind of like doing all that I could do just to like stay on my 2 feet and stay on top of him. Like I felt like I wanted to fall off to the right.
Oh shit!
And I was just like, okay, like just wait this out.
You got a concussion?
I felt that feeling.
You think that was a concussion?
Yeah, for sure.
Now that you think about it,
It was probably a concussion.
Yeah. When you feel like you're just falling over, I felt that before sparring. That feels kind of crazy, but at least you're fucking conscious.
Oh, you spar?
Yeah.
I have before, boxing. But see, that's why I want to get one fight.
You
before.
have a background in boxing, or you just
I have
box?
a background in wrestling, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did Taekwondo as a kid. I wrestled in high school, and then I did karate just one semester in school.
What weight would you fight?
I wrestled in 112 pounds, but right now I would maybe try to drop down to 135. But I'm like 155 right now.
Okay,
So
I
could see 135.
How tall are you?
I'm a 5'8.5", 9 depends.
5'8.5", 135.
Yeah, I want to get one fight before I'm too old. Like, I have that drive to do it. I miss wrestling. I love learning about martial arts and striking and all that. And to me, it's like it's a game. It's like it's like a video game almost. Like just trying to figure out how to win using the same body parts as someone else.
Right.
You know?
That's kind of exactly how I think about it. People always ask me, why would you want to get punched in the face and do all this stuff? And I don't think about it like that at all. Like you said, it's a game, it's a chess match, and we use like these are our pieces, right? And I don't necessarily want to hurt anybody, but this is the game. Like if I can get you in a spot where you can't compete against me anymore, it's like that. It's not about like blood and punch. It's like it's like a,
I don't want to see
chess
someone
match.
get beat to fucking
It's like
death.
the art.
The art
of it.
It's an art for sure. That's why I like it, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. I remember I was talking to Pilo on Hella Moted, and he was talking about like, I'm not into like that violence. Like it's too brutal for him. But to me, it's like I don't watch it for the brutality of it. I watch it for the matches. Like like that Ryan Hall fight was sick to me. So I feel like it's really misunderstood by a lot of people.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
Even for me, that's how I was like. I was like, I don't want to even watch that. But 202 really got me back into it. The Cowboy fight versus Rick Story, where he did that crazy.
I'm trying to get all my friends
that
up.
crazy ass combo.
I remember
Oh my
that.
god, that was
Right.
like a 4-shot combo.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
He hit
It's like a
right-
video game.
It looked like he was holding pads.
Yeah.
He used his
that-
face and his body as pads.
Yeah.
Like, it was
just looked
crazy.
looked so perfect to me. I was like, man, that is really an art. That is
Yeah.
truly an art. So that was crazy.
Cowboy at 170 is a killer, man.
Mhm.
Let's see him against. He called out what's his face, Damian Maya, and that would be a crazy.
Oh, did
fight.
he?
Yeah, he did. He was like, was like the sweetest call out ever. He was like, yeah, I mean, I know Damian Maia's waiting for a title shot, but I don't know, maybe we could fight.
If he wants. Yeah, come on over.
Did you see the face off between Cowboy and
Matt Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt Brown's all like, ugh, and Cowboy smiling. I like when Cowboy does his face offs, and then they turn to face the crowd, and I tried to read his lips, but Matt Brown didn't really turn to face the crowd. He kind of stood there, and Donald was like, "We're gonna fight on Saturday, basically." Like,
yeah,
man,
chill out,
come on,
bro.
yeah, we're gonna fight. Like, what? Why do you gotta like do a crazy stare down for? You know?
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it was like he was trying to get into his head.
Yeah.
Especially since they trained together. And
I see. I didn't know that.
yeah, like they trained together before, and
yeah,
he's
that's
like,
true.
yeah, we're not friends. Like Matt Brown was like, we're not friends.
Yeah.
And then Cowboy's like, that's news to me.
Oh shit! I like that about Cowboy. He's very chill. Like before his training, he doesn't he doesn't spar, right? He only does like technical training.
Right now, I hear he only does technical stuff. Like he's done with sparring.
Yeah.
Right now. He's like,
That's kind of the mode that I'm getting into now
Right.
as an older athlete.
yeah, save your
I
shots.
don't need to bang as much anymore. There was a time for that, I feel like, and I did that. But I have a pretty good idea of what I need to do to get better, and so I don't have to take all the shots that.
Yeah, but I guess when you're first starting, you got to take those
Yeah,
shots
no,
just
like
to
I
see
said,
if you're into it.
there's a time for that,
Yeah.
and just to grind it out every day and take the shots and be in there and see if you can like hang and come back to practice and train the next day. But no, I think I
He's
can.
like, yeah, he's
So
like, you know
I'll-
how to fight.
Yeah.
You know how to fight. You
I
just
think I
gotta
can
work
do
on
that.
the little things.
I wanted to talk about this too. So, AKA notoriously has a kind of bad rep for
Right.
injury right now. Do you think there's a culprit for that, or do you think it's just dumb luck?
I think that I don't. To be honest, I don't think AKA gets hurt any more or less than any other gym. But when you have guys that are headlining shows, there's
It's more
like all
tension.
the guys that you named before. You know, when somebody gets hurt, it changes the card. People get angry and they want to throw shade at AKA for training a certain way. But like I said, I don't think that we get hurt any more or less. I think it gets more attention. And that's why I think it has a reputation that it has. But yeah.
So say like an amateur fighter does kind of do some shady shit. Do they get kicked out of AKA, or do you guys still let them come and just like
Like
learn from-
what?
What's shady?
Like I remember I was listening to John Jones, and like someone was sparring with him at his gym, and
Oh,
accidentally
yeah.
hit him in the nuts, and then he's like, okay, we're not training anymore.
No.
together.
He hit him like with a hard shot. Like
Yeah,
he was
hit him with a
he was
hard
going
shot.
too hard in sparring.
That
and
happens in any gym. If you get somebody that's
Wants to
on
prove.
another level, or they're trying to prove something against you,
Yeah.
or
like-
they don't know what they're doing. They're going a little too hard.
Yeah, like let
Something
me see if I
happens,
can knock
it's
out
like-
Adam Antolin.
It's like all right, you need to go spar with
out.
somebody
Go
else or
chill
do
out
something
over there.
else. Like I'm not trying to do all that right now. Yeah, it's
For sure.
Yeah.
It's got to be those.
You got to have an
meatheads
understanding
in
with
it,
with your training partners. You're both trying to get better. If you're at a higher level, you don't like take your low level training partner out. You know,
Right.
you guys are there to get work and get better. So, but if one guy doesn't understand that, then I don't know. Maybe you need to go take a timeout, sit in a
Take a
corner.
timeout.
I don't know. Figure something out because
Right.
I don't need to be doing all that. You know.
It makes sense. Makes sense for sure.
All right, it's about that time. So if you listen to last week's episode, we had a little thing called Meme Detective. Meme Detective is when we got your favorite memes and shit, and we try to figure out where this meme came from. So last week we did the evil Kermit, right?
Yep. We
And,
did. We got to the bottom of that.
We got to the bottom of that.
Found the origin.
So Evil Kermit was the origin was from that one movie in 2014. I forgot what the fuck it was called. But
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where all this stuff came from.
see,
Yeah.
that's what we have meme detectives for.
Okay.
So we got
why.
to
It is exactly
we
why.
got a segment.
I'm in the perfect place right now where I'm at in my life because I've been trying to figure this stuff out.
We got this new segment called Meme Detectives where we find out where those memes come from. So like this meme, we got all those
The mannequin challenge.
mannequin challenge.
Or whatever.
It's not
whatever
just
the trend.
subjected to memes. It's subjected to all new
Trends.
trends.
Pop culture,
yeah,
yeah.
pop
Trends,
culture trends.
everything.
So we try to find out where it's from, and more information on this. We got this from a listener. this is actually the origin of this meme. So November 6th, 2016, Anya with like 3 A's, 4 N's, 4 Y's, and 4 A's at the end. Anya.
Or Anya. Or
She
something like that.
was the first person to to tweet this meme, and it's the meme of Kermit with the other Kermit with the hood on, looking like the Empire Strikes Back and shit. And it says, "Me sees a fluffy dog, me to me, steal him." So
This was the original.
this is what started
This
off.
is the original tweet.
Yeah. As of this time when it was screenshotted, it was at over 22,000 retweets and 31,000 likes. So yeah, tweeted at 4:42 a.m. November 6th, 2016.
4:42 a.m. She's all like,
Okay,
yeah.
but this is something that was, say it again, was in a movie, like or
So that's scene. Or
That's
this,
a scene.
This screenshot
That's a scene.
of the picture.
Okay,
That it was
okay.
in a movie, the Muppets movie.
Oh yeah, Muppets
Okay.
Most Wanted. There we go.
Muppets Most Wanted. And then I guess she
Oh no,
just-
here I have the video. I'll pull it up.
So she decided to, I don't know why. She just decided to screenshot that or where she saw it from.
I
don't
went
know.
ahead and made one of those Joe Rogan things.
The Joe.
I don't know if you saw that. I made 2 of them. Yeah, you guys saw the memes with Joe Rogan, like everybody's doing
Oh yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Rogan
yeah.
things.
Yeah, like where it rhymes with Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah, I made one. It's on my Instagram. That's Yo Rogan and Bro Rogan.
Bro
Oh, yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, I thought they were okay. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to check those out.
Did Joe put it up?
No.
Ah, shady
I know,
Joe.
I know.
What the fuck, Joe?
I know.
What the fuck?
I made one for my homegirl Zoila at CSA, and he commented on it. He liked it. So I mean,
So he's
a
seeing
little
it.
love there.
He's seeing it. He's
shout,
seeing it.
Shout out Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Hey, if Joe Rogan were to fight, how do you think he would do?
I think he would do good. He obviously knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
Joe
I want to see
Rogan's
him throw that spinning back kick. Oh my god, he's got fucking power on that. You seen that?
I seen
No,
it.
I haven't seen
Oh,
that.
and he's a character in UFC too.
But, right.
Let's
Oh,
see
is
him,
he?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
you gotta like do this code, and then it's
It
like
unlocks
Joe
him.
Rogan screaming like, oh, like it's you know when he gets excited, he just screams. It's like him screaming, and then it's like the old video game codes, like left, right, down, up, left,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
down,
yeah.
up type of thing, and then you unlock him as a character.
And he just comes out screaming.
I can't find this. Oh, here we go. Dark Kermit meme. But yeah, it's from Muppets Most Wanted. My internet is slow as fuck right now. Boo.
What just happened?
Yeah, so that's the scene that is from.
Dang, who would have known?
I wonder how she just thought of to screenshot this. Was
She's
you think she
probably-
was watching the movie?
She gotta be. She was probably watching the movie with like her, I don't know, nephew or something.
Yeah.
And then was like, hey, I got the perfect meme. You know when people watch like
And she's super into dogs.
when you watch something
Like, how did she
live-
know that this was gonna blow up like that?
Nah, you
I think
never know it's
you
gonna
never
blow
know.
up.
That's the part, I guess.
You never
That's the
know it's
crazy
gonna blow
part.
up. I bet you if you look at her Twitter, it's not even lit.
Yeah.
But there's just certain things that for some reason resonate with people and go into pop culture.
It's the power of the internet.
Power of the internet.
Yeah.
Power of the
Very
internet.
powerful. So for the meme detectives for next week, I want to find out where the fuck this baby's from.
The honey bun baby.
It's the honey bun baby. So this baby is the one. He has like a cute ass smirk. This is a cute ass baby, first of all.
That's a
what you- he's
it's
like,
a
what you
cute
doing?
baby.
Yeah,
That's
and
what you up
he has
to.
like a red beanie, and the look on his face says a million different things, and
Right.
I think that's why people made memes out of it.
Yeah.
So
It's blowing up.
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
blowing
we
up
want to
right
know
now.
where the honey bun baby is from. It's like that. He kind of looks like that smirk emoji to me.
The
You know,
the
just
little-
like that, like
yeah.
that little like I'm gonna get some.
It's like, what you doing
Yeah,
tonight?
that look is a bunch of different looks, isn't it?
Yeah, so
What's up, girl?
we're
Alright,
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah, we're trying to figure out where that honey bun baby is from. Yeah, man. But this has been a fun ass show, dude.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank
been
you. All
good.
the way from San Jose.
Yeah.
All the way
Shout
from
out.
San Jose. I'm gonna hit my music.
Good morning, sunshine.
Thank you to Adam Antolin for coming through. And shit, you got anything you want to plug before we go here?
Maybe your Instagram name.
Adam Antolin MMA on Instagram. Adam Antolin on Facebook. Adam Antolin on Twitter. Yeah. Follow me. Let's happy to be here. Happy to have the fan support, and I'm still looking to push this thing to the top. So I'm not stopping anytime soon. So you guys should see me in the octagon.
For sure, lit. All right, so thank you to everybody who's been watching. Everybody who hasn't yet, subscribe to us on iTunes. Subscribe to us on SoundCloud. We have a new episode every single Tuesday. So if you're driving to work, if you have a boring ass job, you can listen to us. We'll make your day better for you. And thank you, David. Shout out, David. What's up? And we got the video, man. We got fucking 3 cameras in here. It's lit. You get to see what we're looking at finally this time. It's gonna be a cool times. Yee.
We out.
Yee.